Hi, this is RJK and I'm showing you Bullshot by Gato Salvaje. I'm not sure how to pronounce this correctly, it's a Spanish name. So this is run and gun game. So as you can see I can also run, which is charging because I'm a bull, even though I look like a pig cop from Duke Nukem. And in this game you can shoot at 360 degrees of freedom. So everywhere. If you have a gamepad, you can use your second stick to shoot in all directions. So this works pretty well. I like it when you can do that, especially for keyboard and mouse. And the game works well on keyboard and mouse, so that's good. You can go in the background for cover, like here I'm trying to avoid some shots. Background, yeah. Very important against these enemies. And yeah, so I've shown you can charge enemies like this. Pretty efficient, but some enemies blow up in your face. So in this level there are kind of Terminator type of enemies, like robots. Quite dangerous, yeah. And you can see that this is 3D that has been pre-rendered to make the levels, and that's why it looks so peculiar, so interesting. It's a bit as in Oddworld Abe's Oddysee. We also had this pre-rendered 3D. Oh, the enemy on top, I need to go there. So it's quite interesting and original when you have all these games are looking like 8-bit. Sorry, I have to focus on this guy here. This is the equivalent of T-1000. So I have to use another weapon, a freeze gun. Yeah. I got it. At first I didn't think I could kill them, but because I was using the base weapon. So talking about the weapons, I think I should show them in another level, or maybe not. Okay, so the rocket launcher is quite good. Game over, okay, time to change level. But the problem are the other weapons, so I'll show you my playing in the old fields. Let's go there. Alright, it's loading, yeah. The problem with the other weapons, like look at this grenade launcher, is that it doesn't shoot very far and it's slow. There is the same problem with the flamethrower. So in the end, you're just better off using the main weapon, because the range is to the border of the screen and has infinite ammo and it shoots pretty fast and can kill enemies quickly. So thankfully you can kill enemies quickly and you have a very good base weapon. I really like that because it can be quite annoying if the main weapon of the game is bad. But the problem is that there isn't really much feedback or any difficulty in shooting. You can just keep pressing and, you know, pray and forget. While for instance in Curse Cassia that I have reviewed recently, you could only throw 2 swords at the same time, and you would have to wait for them to leave the screen or touch an enemy before you could throw swords again. So I'm not saying that this would have been applied in this game, but this made like shooting much more deliberate and much better feedback. Well, in this one the shooting isn't great, and you want to keep using that weapon because it's much more efficient than the others, but it doesn't feel anything. That's kind of the problem with this game, that the core game mechanic is flawed. Everything works quite well, like that you can take cover, that you can charge and so on, but the shooting itself is not very satisfying. And since we are on register of no feedback, and like when you get hit, you don't really... it's not really displayed properly. I mean, your character is flashing red, but you're not exactly looking at your character on the moment, so it would have been better with the sound or something. And also, you see your health being lowered, but look at the bottom of the screen. It's really hard to read. I would have preferred like a bar, like a green, red, and something like that, rather than having this. I think I have to do high jump. Oh, charging is so good. So overall, it's quite nice. It's a solid game, I would say. It has lots of interesting and good things. Going in the background and charging. So all of this is good. It has lots of variety in like the intermission in the bonus levels. So just be careful. But the problem is really the shooting is not so good, and also I think I'll switch to another level. Yeah, I'll show you another level. And so the problem is that so the pre-rendered 3D is quite nice, but on some stages it's bad. Let's say sewers. Okay, so only 10% of players finished the first level. So there might be a problem somewhere. And then the sewers, only 4% of the players finish the sewers. Because this level is horrendous. Okay, so we'll see why. So yeah, the checkpoints first. The checkpoints are quite fine between. And here, if you fall in the, not the lava, but in the toxic goo, you instantly die. So you can be far in the level, and then there is a toxic goo basin, and you just fall in it, and game over. And you have to start back from the beginning. There should have been more checkpoints in here, but that's not the only problem of this level. It's not yet the area where there are problems. So right now just some shooting. So these enemies, I cannot charge them because they will explode. So I have to gun them down before. Okay, that's where we get grenades. It almost happened, but it didn't. Here the camera can sometimes get stuck. So for instance, the camera would have been up there while my character would be down there. And yeah, I would not be able to do anything because I cannot see what's going on, and it happens quite a few times in these levels at the beginning. Alright, I can soon show what's wrong with this game. Here, for instance, here there is a ladder right where I am, but it's not very obvious to see it, and there will be tons of these moments where you don't really know where to go because there is a ladder that it's too dark to see, it's hidden in the background. So this can cause quite a few problems. Bam, bam, bam. Here there is a ladder, see? It's almost invisible. And it happens many times in the early levels, while it gets better later because the levels are a bit brighter. I mean, I like when it's dark, don't take me wrong, but the ladders should have been red or whatever to be more obvious. Oh look, a collectible turtle. I missed it. Anyway, it's okay, I will just go forward. Oh, here, I died. I was rushing, I should have been more careful. There are boss fights as well. Overall, the boss fights are quite good. I might show one at some point. We'll see. No, that's a level I've already visited. So I'll just remove that from the video. Alright, let's go to the battleship. This is like the final level. Yeah, it always frame rate tanks a little bit when you start, but then it gets better. So this level is shooting, and I think it's really a nice finish. I mean, maybe I shouldn't show the towards the end already, but it's still a cool level. Look at this. It's quite fun. So yeah, the problem of this game is that the early levels are really bad, and the shooting itself is probably not good enough to make players want to insist, despite the, I mean, yeah, the checkpoints are too far and this kind of thing, so it doesn't really make players want to keep trying. But the problem is that if they just could go past the sewers level, they would probably have a lot more fun, because from then on the level design is better, the action is clearer, and yeah, so it's just a shame really, because the game is not bad. It's not a great game either, but it has a really solid foundation and it does lots of things right. Most of the gameplay and the variety and so on are quite good. Just that the basic shooting is not satisfying and some early levels are a mess. And the checkpoints are too far. Right here I've not had a checkpoint in a while. I would need to entirely clear this section and then beat a boss, and then I would have a checkpoint. Oh, I forgot to say that in general the musics are quite good. I need to proceed carefully. And here I'm not seeing what's down there. Killing it anyway. Oh no, I died. Let's see another level. So let's look at the options. Settings here, language, a lot of languages, but I mean there is not much story, but still for the gameplay prompt is important. Audio, okay, and video. So you don't have the ability to play in window mode, and you cannot change the resolution or anything. But the cool thing is you can have like HD effect or CRT. I really like when games do that. Even worse, VHS, black and white, I don't really understand this one. And broken, like a really old arcade. So quite a few cool effects. The controls, you can rebind everything. Except for you don't have a dedicated key for each weapon, which makes it even harder to choose between the weapons, if you see what I mean. I'm not gonna suddenly flamethrower and then missile and so on, because I have to use the mouse wheel to switch between them, and it's really clumsy. I would have preferred to have the 1, 2, 3, 4 keys, or like A, Q, E, and so on. It should have been much better. This level is quite nice, but a bit less with the broken, the VHS effect. So some enemies require a few more hits, but most of them can die very quickly, so this is quite good. After a while, I kind of got used to the fact that there is very little feedback to the shooting, but still the game would have been much better if it had feedback there. I can't even read my health. I don't know how much I have. So yeah, I have covered everything. Really horrible beginning, then it gets better. It's not a really good game, but it's not bad either. It's solid and it's quite cheap. So if you want some like good run and gun action games to get busy for an evening, sure, take this one. You could find so much worse. There are lots of indies trying to do run games really poorly, while this one is okay. And the pre-rendered graphics are really nice. So I really hope that the developers will use this foundation to make another game with a stronger core gameplay that will be much more fun and interesting to play. Level design overall is okay, neither good nor bad. A few good things here and there, and I like the fact that it's all. I mean, you can kind of see everything. There is no really empty space, but you need to find your way there. So at first you have to go up, then right, left, and down. So it's not like just a pure single corridor. So I really appreciate the efforts on level design, even if there is nothing mind-blowing, but still quite good overall. Oh, this area is dangerous. I wanted to grab the bridges. Talking about grabbing the bridges, so this is one of the problems with rebinding the keys. It's that you need up to climb up ladders, like up or W. So you cannot have the same button for jumping and climbing up, which is a shame. It would have been better. So this is a minor gripe. Yeah, this is one of those like intermission levels, which kind of spice things up. Looking good, and there is lots of variety. So yeah, this is Bullshot. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye bye.